you all, it has now become really obvious that Siminalayi Fubara, the suspended governor of Rivers State, is working extra hard, is putting in more time, to reclaim his seat. It's very obvious because reports have it that Siminalayi Fubara has now visited Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, for the second time. Before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here, or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? What could you be doing on YouTube without subscribing to Newsroom Nigeria? This is the place you need to be plugged onto, so please join us by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Give this video a massive thumbs up as well. That way we're encouraged to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section below. The suspended governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, has visited the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike again. Newsroom Nigeria reliably gathered that Fubara met with Wike at his residence in Abuja on Monday. An insider, who wished to remain anonymous, disclosed this to Newsroom Nigeria while dismissing a viral photograph of Fubara and Wike. The source said, "The photograph is an old image, but I can inform you that he, Fubara, came to see the minister this week Monday. The meeting is believed to be part of Fubara's efforts to restore peace between him, Wike, and other relevant stakeholders in Rivers State." Fubara ran into murky waters shortly after he was sworn in as Rivers State governor in 2023. He developed a rift with Wike, who was his predecessor, over the control of the political resources in Rivers State. The fight had spread to the State House of Assembly, leading to a factionalization of the legislative arm in the state. On March 18, 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had suspended Fubara for 6 months while declaring a state of emergency in Rivers to last for that period of time. Tinubu had suspended Fubara and appointed the sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete-Ibaz, as a measure to prevent the political crisis from snowballing into a full security issue, following threats by Niger Delta militants to attack oil installations in the state. Amid the suspension, Fubara had met with President Tinubu in London and in Lagos State, while also meeting with Wike to seek reconciliation. So now he has met with Tinubu twice. He has met with Fubara. He has met with Nyesom Wike, also twice. And according to the news reports that we have been hearing, is that Fubara is planning to join the APC. Probably, because he thinks that's the most, logical political strategy for him at the moment, just to be on the ruling side, because this suspension, let's just say, is a disciplinary measure. And a lot of people have also accused Tinubu that very soon we'll hear of a state of emergency in Kano and some other states as well, because they have now turned this state of emergency to, as a system to win election and to usurp power and to win over states that are still on the opposing side, to win over those states to their side, which is why people are now alleging that Fubara, is trying to defect, to join the presidency so that at least his seat will be secure. He will be assured that he would reclaim the seat if he is a member of a really no progressive Congress, unlike the uncertainty that he's facing currently, going from pillar to post, just to make sure that after the 6 months mark, he's able to reclaim his seat. But hopefully, he's able to, reconcile fully with Wike, because according to Wike, Wike said that it was Tinubu who gave him the instruction that, he should make sure that he settles with Siminalayi Fubara. And even despite the fact that he said that, Wike still said that though he cannot refuse the president, but the president should also know that it is blood that is running through his vein. That was what he said at his last press briefing, where he said it is blood running through his vein. And that despite the fact that the president has, given him an order to make sure that he reconciles with Siminalayi Fubara, he's still human, that each time he goes back to watch those videos, where Siminalayi Fubara was saying all those things that he said about him, he would cry. He would cry. Hopefully, Fubara is able to, reconcile with Wike. Not only Wike, let's not forget, with Rivers State lawmakers as well. Wike once pointed that out of recent, where he said that since the first time that Siminalayi came to see him, Siminalayi has not called him, nor has he heard from Siminalayi Fubara. And those Fubara has come to visit him to, beg and reconcile. There is still the River State lawmakers who Fubara needs to meet with, and find a meeting point, just reach a logical conclusion with them, to just be able to, find a balance and see how they can make it work, and see how they can, give the Rivers people what they are due, because at least they hold the River State people they hold the people of River State, stability. They should be able to put aside their differences and, give Rivers people why the reason why they are even being voted for in the first place. Moving on, in view of their meeting, Wike had extended an olive branch, saying Fubara was his son. He also admonished the embattled governor to meet other political stakeholders in Rivers State as part of efforts to fully resolve the crisis. However, there have not been reports of Fubara meeting with other stakeholders in the state as the suspension enters the third month. I think that if Fubara really, really wants reconciliation, you should call a meet with Rivers State lawmakers. Because if you say that you have met with Wike and you and Wike are now on good terms, what about the Rivers State lawmakers as well? Don't forget that they almost impeached you. It was almost impeached, if not for the state of emergency declaration. That is why, we say that in some regard, even Wike said it himself, that if not because of the declaration of the state of emergency, Fubara would have been impeached, because that was what they were planning. And they were in the process of doing that before the president announced the state of emergency. So I feel like if you really, really want to reconcile, you should also meet with the River State lawmakers as well. Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment we have here is from Ajayi Sandra, who says, "Oh my God, this Fubara is supposed to think wisely. You want to eat Wike vomit now. What else should he do?" Johnson Lulu says, "Similarly, Fubara, just go relax before you become caricature. If Tinubu and his coyote do not want to reinstate you, let it be. I do not like all these fruitful meetings with that greed." Jerry says, "Suddenly the Yorubas love Wike. We'll see how long it will last." Kokomo Ayobolu says, "Where are the useless Igbo supporting Fubara? They are against Wike because it didn't support their arbitrary candidate during the presidential election. Wike peppered the Igbo. No mercy for betrayal." Lastly, another comment here says, "Wike will make him a ceremonial governor this time around." He's under his net already, so there's no option for him. Everything Wike says this time around, he must do. Wike will make him a ceremonial governor this time around. The conditions for the so-called peace will be heavy on him. Tinubu is not helping matter either. Where is the useless Igbo boy called Chinyere? Shame on him. That useless Igbo boy should go and prostrate for Wike if Fubara will never return to that seat. Let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.